Overdose shit. Over my head. Over my head. Overdosing.
Too much, right. Overdosing, I'm in over my head. I say what I should have said. I'm living, it should be dead. I'm coming, you should be scared. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone. All alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone. All alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone. All alone. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone. Overdosing, I'm in over my head. Taking blunts to the head. Coming, you should be scared. Me against the world, I'm Tupac and with a Glock. Cause I don't wanna go before my time up on the clock. They say when you on the screen, everybody wanna watch. They say, boy, you at the bottom, you'll never reach the top. Heavy hearted, my emotions got dropped. Maneuver with the movement, man, my motion won't stop. Cause it's money over everything. Maybe even you got a business on the side, man. Maybe even true. They all say they love me, but you know how bitches do. Niggas are falsified, and I just remain true. I said, damn. Scheme while getting scammed, my switch is getting grammed. I hate thinking about that bullshit. And the stress, working real hard without resting. OT till I OD. That's right. Overdosing, I'm in over my head. I say what I should have said. I'm living, it should be dead. I'm coming, you should be scared. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone. All alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone. All alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone. All alone. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone. And I ain't talking in the victim sense. Talking, I'm on a whole nother level. This shit in my sense. Got my paper in my sense. I want it all. Nothing less. You smell success, that's in my sense. You fuck me one time, ain't forget. Don't hate that shit for falling tears. On that bitch, you telling stories. It went down and out, but now found one have the glory category. Bitch made that you know ifs and buts about it. And please don't ever doubt it. Fuck your help, I'm here without it. For real. Cause I done made it on my lonesome. With chip on shoulder, chips of soda, feeling like you wrote some. Can't expect your intellect to see the real if no none. But how the hell you fight that hand that feeds you when there's no one? They gon' come and go, and I know that shit true. Take that picture of Van Gogh so you clearly see who the fuck I am. A giant from my point of view. From skyscraper view, what I do see this view. So I'm overdosing, I'm in over my head. I say what I should have said. I'm living, it should be dead. I'm coming, you should be scared. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone. All alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone. All alone in the lane of my own. I'm alone. All alone. I'm coming in, I was there. I'm coming, they can't compare. Where I'm going, they never there. I'm alone.
You're on High Tide Stick with the Doc. Yeah, I'm a real doctor like Dr. Bill's a real doctor, only bald. Well, he's bald too, but I'm sexier. High Tide Stick. Yeah. High Tide Stick is on. I'm tired. I don't want to get up, Mom. Don't. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm spent. I've been working a lot lately and I'm just worn down. But Still here in the house. Still live in effect. That's what I do. Can't slow down. Can't quit. Never say die, bro. We got some stuff to get to today. Chris Watkins should be calling in. He has something he wants to bring to the table. So we'll see how that goes, of course. Opening music, I hope you like Surprises by Mr. D, a recording artist from Colorado Springs, of course. I know him really well though, so it's kind of fun to play their. Anybody I know, it's fun to play their music. I mean, not anybody I know, because some of you cats suck, but I mean, let's keep it real. But most of the cats that I know are actually really talented, and I love playing their music. But there's a few of you cats. We like, hey man, we like not even hell to the nah, hell to the nizzle nizzle. Interesting world today, as they say. A little disturbed. But I'm always disturbed though, man, because the world's messed up, bro. So it's it is absolutely that time of year. We got a Christmas tree on in the studio. There's a Christmas tree, cousin. It's pretty though. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. We we can kill the lights on that if you want. I don't know. I was using it to like. Just don't forget to turn them off when you. Right. They do kind of make me feel festive though. The Christmas lights. I mean, it's official on that. I'm a sucker. The Christmas lights make me feel festive. It's all her fault though. Yeah. Word. Got me some overtime this week. What do you think about that? It's actually nice because with my work it is never guaranteed, but when you're there you gotta grab them because they don't last forever. That's why I'm drained right now because while there's work to be had, I'm gonna be having it. If it's like that for a year, I'll do that for a year. Exactly. I'm like, what do you need from me? Talk to me. Yeah. Also, don't forget you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Periscope, all them good shows and jazzes. But you can follow us anyway on all of those and all that good stuff. But anyway, so what's going on in the world today? Of course, there's a lot going on. I think. Whoa, buddy, listen, no, you don't talk over me. Oh no, that I was cutting the TV on to have it on behind me, so that I could watch the ticker, but it was I forgot to hit the mute button, so I was like, whoa, buddy, you don't talk over me. Nobody talks over the doc, bro. Nobody. Only me. Don't ever do that. Don't ever talk over the doc. Oh my god. I do love you. It's so beautiful out this morning. It always is. So here's the thing, people. December 1st. So we're still covering this active shooter incident in Colorado. We're still we're gonna wait on Chris to call in so that we can find out what the hell it is he wants to talk about today. Um, I'm sure it'll be something important. He never comes to the table with anything stupid. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, I know that he knows that. Um, that's my boy. I'm like, you're my boy, bro. You're my boy. So my question is, what did everybody do last night? I mean, let's be real. I need answers here. I need to know what everybody was doing last night. Y'all need to check in with me. Of course, you can message us on Facebook, Instagram, all them good things. We may not get to your comments or whatnot today because sometimes it's just I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes it's hard to get back to it, on some legit. But that's our goal. That's our goal. Our goal is to read your comments and stuff like that and make sure that we're covering them. But at the same time, like I said, man, I mean, if we can't get to them, we can't get to them. It is what it is. But if we can, my friends, if we can, then we're going to get to your comments, okay? So we are live, of course, from Tampa Bay, beautiful Tampa Bay. And some of the subjects that we're going to be covering today. Let's go ahead and let's hit those nails on the head right now. So we have today we're going to be talking about, of course, a cannabis bust continue in a marijuana cannabis bust, continue in a marijuana free Albania. And then of course we have Bernie Sanders' latest comments and proposals towards ending drug testing for weed. And we also have hold on, sorry. Oh, my eyes are so dry right now. It's not even just because of weed. Michigan court rules MMJ patients cannot smoke weed in a car. Well, we definitely want to talk about that one. I'll tell you why later in a minute. Canadian minister is exploring regulatory models for nationwide pie reform. 2016, both parties want reform in the justice system. That's definitely a story worth talking about. And of course, if we can get to it, in New Hampshire, late stage cancer patients are able to get their marijuana card. So there's a lot of stuff in the news today, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Definitely, I think the one that I really want to get to is the Bernie Sanders story, and if we can get to it, I really want to get to this one about the women in New Hampshire. But I want to make sure that we stick to the lines here. I'm not sure when Chris will be calling in, but of course we'll have our Bay City, Michigan insider Chris Watkins on the show today. He has something he wants to talk about. I actually didn't even get to read the article, so I feel like kind of like a jerk. I mean, I have it right here. Like I have his message, and here's the article, and I can click on the article and pull the article up, and I can read the article. But I actually didn't read the article. Does that make me a bad person? I wonder if that makes me a bad person. I told him I'd read it, and I didn't. But I've been working a lot, and I'm sure he understands that. But he wants to discuss the AG bill, and I can't say this guy's name right, but I believe it's Schlitt. And it says email to campaign fundraisers from state account was a mistake. So, and it's talking about the attorney general. And this, by the way, this story is from Michigan Live or M Live. From the Lansing news section, and it's a story about. See, the funny thing is that what he doesn't know is I already knew about this story. I just didn't know that this is the story that you want to bring to the table. Oh, my allergies are killing me today. I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe at all. Oh, it's driving me nuts though. I'm telling you. Kelly in the studio, by the way. She's not gonna be here very long, but she's here. She's a mystery woman. She came to smoke weed. Oh, nothing. No, I was talking good. Just so you, it was something good about you. Just so you know. Why you always worried and paranoid and ish? No, I know. So, but so like I said again, there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the world of weed. Dum dum dum. So we're going to talk about that. Of course, we got some music today for you guys. Music going to be brought to you by a couple different artists, local here and there, and there and here, and all that good jazz. And of course, we're going to try to keep you guys out there in the world, with us. Now, if you want to be able to hear like behind the scenes music, you got to go listen to us Periscope people on YouTube. You got to go to High Tide Stick on YouTube, because during the breaks we kill the feed. Oops, sorry. So during the breaks we end up killing the feed to the Periscope. So, and then we come back right after the break. So Periscope, if you want to kick it with your boy, you got to kick it with your boy the right way. Not sure why, but I am not doing well with this phone right now today. It's not playing nice. It wants to keep falling over. It's driving me nuts. And it's running out of battery power. Go figure. See, look, so we're going to say we're going to fight the... Here we go. I got to be a better... There we go. We're going to fight the Periscope phone for a little bit. Why not? So anyway, you know what we can do? We can just go. Look, I'm going to hold the Periscope phone. I don't really care. What up, Periscope? Let's get up close and personal. Would you go up my nose? Let's not do that. So anyway, Periscope in the house. We love this Periscope thing, by the way. Thank you again, Chris. Yeah, we love you, bro. Periscope's dope. You win. I won't fight you on this one. Can't. It's not happening. Periscope's dope. Periscope's dope. You're like, what? I'm like, Periscope's dope. It's pretty tight, though. So anyway, on with the news. So first and foremost, let's get into some marijuana legislation today, bruh. It's Taco Tuesday. You know I love Taco Tuesday, so we're gonna talk some food today. I won't forget today. Last time I forgot. I've got some new infusion ideas for you guys. I don't know if anybody's gonna be doing these infusions, but I've got infusions for you. I've got conclusions about infusions. I made that rhyme, not on purpose. Well, sort of. So anyway, so check this out. So trying to live down its reputation as Europe's top producer, 2 months ago, Albania officially declared itself marijuana free, with Interior Minister Samir Tahari boasting that 99.2% of cannabis plants seen on aerial maps have been destroyed. That made for a total of 690,000 plants covering 44 hectares, or what is 109 acres. And Tyree and 109 acres. Tyria said after the series of paramilitary style raids on the Fertile Valley Downs, where cannabis cultivation has become an economic mainstay, the remaining growers have reportedly been pushed up to inaccessible inaccessible mountain areas. Authorities are now going after the urban distribution network. So basically, they can't figure out who is. How do you explain this? They can't figure out where these guys are going because they've moved to places where they can't get to. So instead, they're going to go after the network itself and try to take the network out. Interesting. I don't understand that. That seems pretty dumb to me. It doesn't seem like the way to go about it. But what I can tell you is what's not dumb is we're going to go to a break. And when we get back, we're going to get into talking a little bit about Bernie Sanders and his plans for the country. I always tell everybody is, of course, dun, da, da, da. Stick with us because we'll be back after the break, of course. During the music break, I'm trying to remember which one it is because I have them set up, so I just can't remember which one it is right now. So give me just a second here. We're gonna figure this out. Again, in Albania, where there's a bunch of really powdery white guys. No, in Albania though, for real, it sounds to me like what they're trying to do might be the correct way to go about it, but I'm not going to say that I disagree or that I agree with them, but I'm just saying that it is definitely something that we can look at as we continue to go forward in the future and right now, buddy. So stick with us. We'll be back after the break. You're on High Tide. Stick with the Doc MistaTre. MistaTre. So we'll be back. It ain't nothing but love, peace, and chicken grease up in here. You're on High Tide Stick. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all the other good stuff out there. High Tide Stick wants to remind you not to do anything stupid on cannabis, like get busted by your parents. High Tide Stick with the Doc live every day, Monday through Friday. Trey's on a graphic design, been leading Colorado Springs and the Tampa area in graphic designs. When you needed something for an event, wedding, party, or even a concert, contact Trezona LLC at gmail.com. Trezona Graphic Design. Your graphics start here.
This is super.
Ain't no limits to where you go. Bad girl, bad girl, bad girl. Watch me throw the money once I know you go. Bad girl, bad girl, bad girl. You said bad girl. On a real good, I wanna live with you, girl. Money ain't a thing, as long as we do our thing. Yeah, but to think of you when I go, I suppose. You say you're a freak, but always see you fetching. I thought it's harder, so it gets better. I can take you to a different level. No people, my life, we want to go together. Look, money, we want to lose one like forever. I can make your body know, yeah, 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 yeah. I can even take you higher. Don't got me feeling naughty. Hey, shorty, what you do, shorty? I can handle more. Tell me up, with your belly. Hey, make it just a bad girl. Every freak is gonna black girl. Ain't no limits where you go. Black girl, black girl, black girl. Watch me throw the money once I know you go. Black girl, black girl, black girl, black girl. You said
This is super.
I know my pain came here, so show me something. I see you watching, all night you be eyeballing. As soon as your shift is over, can we be all night? I can see my hands on your thighs till it's alright. Look, can we come alive? Like we on a roller coaster. It no matter how I approach you. Looks like you could be a soldier, down for whatever mission. I know you was scared to drop your panties, girl. We are who we are, so don't mind how you walk that sound. You can leave your heels on while we rock to the sex song. Everything we do will be paid for,
This is super.
baby. Ooh, lady. See you a freak, show me something.
High Tide Stick reminds you to consume cannabis responsibly. Like, don't drink and drive because you don't do the speed limit anyway. Speed up, people. You're on High Tide Stick with the Doc. Yeah. I just like to draw it out because I'm tired. Yeah. Sleepy time. Yeah. I want to go back to sleep. I'm telling you right now. Not happening though. The day has to go. And the day must move on. So we will move on. And we will continue with our little stories here and get into that. With that said, let's continue this adventure called My World of Weed. So this Bernie Sanders thing is very interesting though. As most of you know, he's a Democratic presidential candidate and hopeful to become sort of the hero of pot for, you know, most of the stoners out there by, you know, pledging or vowing to end marijuana prohibition across the United States. So he's supposed to be like the guy on your side. Now, earlier this month, the Vermont senator submitted a piece of legislation to the U.S. Senate, which begs to rip the cannabis plant from the pesky clutches of the Controlled Substance Act and allow the herb to be legalized all over the country for both medication and recreational purposes without any interference from the federal government. One can hope, right? I mean, that's essentially what most people want. However, I mean, I don't want anybody out there getting too overzealous because I'll be very honest with you. At this point, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that it's a lot more complicated than that. Like you can't, like, unfortunately. I mean, maybe this is what he wants to do. Maybe this is what he wants to do. But the reality is that regardless of this is what he wants to do, Sanders kind of has to do this if he were elected, right? I mean, you want him to hold up, or you want him to own up to like whatever the responsibility is that he says or pledges that he's going to do. I mean, that's kind of the thing about candidates is we go, hey, you wanted my vote, so now I want you to do what you said you would do. And that's kind of, you know, I mean, in a nutshell, that's kind of how politics really works. I mean, that's the gist of it right there. So ironically enough, I don't think he can do it so easily. I mean, I think he's overzealous like you wouldn't believe, because at the end of the day, you still have to have Congress and such on your side. And if you don't, then at the end of the day, it's probably not going to help you. If you don't have a House or a Senate that can pass it, how are you going to get the laws passed? I mean, this is why a lot of presidential candidates never get their stuff done, because they consistently will submit a bill or submit they'll submit a bill, or they'll submit a some type of a legislation, and then somebody will block it, or it won't get all the way through all the different stages of government that it really does have to get through. And so it's quite ironic, if you ask me, because at the same time, at the end of the day, if why are you blocking these bills? You know, like, for instance, why are you keeping weed illegal? How do you figure that you know better than me for what's for my body? You have no flipping clue how I feel inside. You have no flipping clue, like, sometimes the level of pain that I really am genuinely in. And so because of that, sometimes these things kind of anger me, because I'm like, dude, seriously, like, you're trying to tell me how to live my life, but you have no clue. Like, you don't know about my life. Like, you really don't. Like, you constantly you constantly beg to state that you know better than we do about ourselves, and it's drove me nuts for a long time. It is something that for many a moons, as they say, many moons out there, the government has always tried to step in and say that they know what's better for you. But the problem is that you're basing every single thing that you think is better for me on someone else. And that in itself is invigorating. It's frustrating. It's aggravating. I can keep going on with evadings because the bottom line is that at the end of the day, I'm the one who has to live in this body. I'm the one who has to live in this shell. So as much as you think that you know better than me, how can you continue to tell yourself that you do know better than me? How do you know better than me? What makes you so right? How do you know you're right? You know, how do you know that opiates are the right drug to help me? Think about that. How do you know? It's pretty plain and simple. You're basically claiming that based off of a whole bunch of other people, you know how to help me. That makes no sense to me. I mean, I understand that research and data is a requirement. It does help us come to a conclusion that could settle something. You know, it helps us come to a conclusion that could maybe fix a problem. It helps us come to a conclusion that can maybe fix a sick person or something like that. But again, the course of action that works best for my body should be left up to me. Sanders also wants to end drug testing for the latest proposal. His latest proposal could also, ironically enough, could end drug testing at the job place. I think that's something that should happen. Because here's my thing: is if if you if you can prove that I'm high on the job, fair enough. But my problem is that you're drug testing people for weed, but you're not drug testing for alcohol unless they hurt somebody or kill somebody, right? You're drug testing for you should be drug testing for narcotics. You should be drug testing for illegal narcotics, especially. You really should. Drug testing for marijuana, though, is like drug testing for alcohol. If you're not going to drug test me for being a drinker for my job, I can promise you that. Okay. You might drug test me for being drunk on the job. You might drug test me for being high on the job. The problem is that at the end of the day, if I'm drunk on the job, that's not good. That's bad. You probably should be drug testing for that. Should you be drug testing for whether someone smoked pot 10 weeks ago, or I mean 4 weeks ago? No. I think that is in no shape or form of any other form of comparison ridiculous. I mean, it's just stupid. We're putting people out of work because mama and papa like to smoke a little ganja. That to me is ridiculous. We've got to come to a better conclusion than what we have either way. We do. Because right now, I mean, when it comes down to it, guys, right now, I've been telling, the powers that be that right now, the system that we have right now, man, it's just not working, dude. Like, it's really not. It hasn't worked for a long time. I mean, that's the question that I would beg to question is do you think that workforce drug testing is legit? Do you think it is? Drug testing in workforce is not legit. It's one of those things where we've sat back many a times and said, "Hey, dude, listen." We're like, "Hey, dude, listen. Here's the problem. In Colorado, we tried to get rid of drug testing. It didn't work. We said, well, hey, you're allowing employers to drug test me because the employers are claiming that they should have the right to drug test me because it's illegal under um, federal regulation. So, but the problem is that your company operates in a state that drug testing is it shouldn't be legal. It shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be able to do that. You're operating in a state that allows recreational marijuana. So, I continue to ask that if you're in a state that allows recreational marijuana, then if you're again, if your state has recreational marijuana, I mean, how can you justifiably move something into something that you can test for? I mean, you can't test me for liquor unless I'm, doing it on the job again. So how can you test me for weed if unless I'm doing it on the job? And so here's a quote from Sargarin. It said, "For employers in safety sensitive or federal regulated workplaces, it is reasonable to assume that legislation of marijuana would have little impact on existing drug testing requirements." But that's my problem is that's kind of the same thing that almost every company in Colorado laid claim to during the drug testing when we took this to legislation when I lived in Colorado. We took it to and we said, hey, how can this be recreationally legal, but you can drug test me, deny me, and fire me for a job? So you're denying me a job, you're firing me from a job, or you're getting rid of me from a job for doing something that's legal. Now you have to understand this is Colorado. This isn't any other state. This isn't, this is maybe Oregon or Washington or DC, but it's not any other state besides those four entities where it's recreationally legal. You're locking me out of the system for doing something that's legal. Well, then fine. I want everybody fired who has a fucking DUI. I want everybody fired who has a fucking DUI right now because you used a drug and that drug affected your ability to make correct decisions, right? I mean, this is your claim against marijuana. The marijuana, it impairs your ability to make effective decisions. Well, okay, fuck you then. I want everybody who's got a DUI to lose their fucking job today. And I've been doing that to my own family members and my own friends because that's bullshit. It's a bullshit excuse is what it really is. I mean, but we could argue the schematics of that all day. Here's the deal is there would be a significant difference between the current model of legalization here in the U.S. where states have essentially been permitted by federal government to write their own respective pot policies. I don't agree with that. I think there needs to just be a one set of rules, federal guidelines, but the feds have to get on the side of the pot smokers. The bottom line is that there's a wave right now that's going across the country, a big wave of people who smoke weed, who have even what do you call them, the celebrities that have come out and said, hey, I smoke a little ganj, bro, it's cool, it's not a big deal. Morgan Freeman said, I'll smoke it, drink it, sniff it, eat it, whatever I can do to get me some weed or something, I think was what he was quoted as saying, is if I remember right. So I mean, it's one of those ones where you just go like, all right, Morgan, that's cool as shit, but dude, we got to make some changes, man. We can keep talking about it, or we got to make some changes. So again, I think that the Bernie Sanders drug change policy it's a good policy change, but again, you know, the workforce thing didn't work in Colorado either. We tried to get it to where you couldn't test specifically for marijuana in the state of Colorado, and every single employer fell back on the feds. So the only way that it could ever change would be the feds, because they can go, well, we operate in 18 states, and and that's the same shit they did to us in Colorado when we tried to fight this, and it sucked. So you know what we did? We all went down to Freakies down in downtown Colorado Springs, and we picked up synthetic piss. And what did we do with the synthetic piss? We fucking took it down to the piss place, and we took it, because you want to know why? If I'm not on probation and I'm not on parole and I'm not a criminal and I haven't committed a criminal offense, you're not going to stand there and look at my dick while I piss. So I'm just going to fill it up with a bottle that's been kept warm by a heating pad, and you can suck my dick. Ridiculous sometimes. Some of the things that we have to think about in this world is that we're fighting over whether I can have a job or not because I ate a plant or I smoked a plant. Well, fuck, you smoke cigarettes, it's a plant. Now you can't work. Fuck you. Fire everybody who smokes. Fire everybody who doesn't fucking smoke, because guess what? You weren't cool. Fuck it. What are you going to fucking really do? I'm blown away by some of the shit that goes on in our country, and this is definitely one of them where I go, you're going to you basically, I take medicine for my back, and you're going to drug test me and keep me out of a job for it. Hopefully the Sanders policies can pass, or something can be done with that, because that's ridiculous to me. Let's get into this Michigan court ruling. Michigan court rules that medical marijuana patients cannot smoke weed in the car. Medical marijuana patients cannot smoke weed inside their personal vehicles if it's parked outside a public establishment, according to the Michigan Court of Appeals. 3 judges locked horns last week in a case surrounding medical marijuana cardholder Robert Carlton, who was busted in 2013 for smoking pot, a joint more specifically, in his car while parked outside a Soaring Eagle casino in Mount Pleasant. But a casino wouldn't be, see, that's where I get confused on this whole public versus private establishment, because a private establishment would, I guess, mean that you have a membership or something like that, but a public establishment mean anybody from the public can come to. But my thing is that a casino is not a public establishment. It's a fucking private gambling casino owned by a fucking private gambling company. Give me a fucking break here. This isn't a public fucking establishment. Seriously. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you people? Police charge the man with violating the state's public consumption laws. Although lower courts previously determined that Carlton was well within his rights, in this beautiful, he's within his rights, so they took him to the Supreme Court to get him out of his rights. It's beautiful how much money we'll waste and spend in this country on horse shit. Here we go. So, within his rights to use personal vehicle, or personal, he was within his rights to use his personal vehicle to medicate in private. And that's one thing that in Colorado that is legit. I think, or like, I'm not sure how it works in Washington, but I know in Colorado that it's legit. Like, if you're inside a car, you're inside a private vehicle, you are on your own, you're good to go. It's all about you. That's the end of it. We're going to go ahead and go out. We're going to go to our last break here. And when we get back from our last break, we're going to talk about the last couple of stories that are bugging the nation and bugging the doc. But I'm going to need you guys to do me a favor. You need to go onto YouTube. You need to subscribe. You need to do all the things that help us continue to get the word out there and move the brand and all that good jazz, okay? So We was sitting around, man. We was at work up at work, smoking a chop on lunch, man. Yeah, I said it, a chop, nigga. And Rick Ryan's beat me. He's like, we gonna do some of this, and you know, this is pretty much the first thing that came to mind. This right here, and I said, I can't fucking deny that I stay fly. From my shoes to my ride. I got some bitch ass haters. I can't fucking deny that I stay fly. From my shoes to my ride. I got some bitch ass haters. I stay fly high to the fucking sky. Birds sitting, answer haters' questions. Why? Shoes all white, she called me Krispy Kreme. Pockets money stuff, she called them Krispy Kreme. Holy shit, got a wallet half in a wet dream. Y'all stay hating cause I'm more than I seem. Why chicks in your contact list making my phone ring? Cause I'm off two chains, two bracelets, and all of your fucking rings. Off in the bed, all your fucking jewelry. I stay so far off the charge, yeah, it's fucking scary. Hey, Rick and Thomas, when I'm done, they gone and heard me. Can I get a witness, and who's the fucking jury? If D implies a crime, vote guilty to convict me. Just like they did way back in '02 down in Tempe. Go back to when I was trapping, please tempt me. I'll give you bitches a million reasons to resent me, cause I can't fucking deny that I stay fly. From my shoes to the sky. That's why y'all some fucking haters. I can't fucking deny that I stay fly. From my shoes to the sky. That's why y'all some bitch ass haters.
Looking through the lenses of my fucking sunglasses, and all I see around me is some fucking haters. So I tell rap and trade to watch the body language. Get a look at Thomas in case he try to play us. Man, you know we lying, you the man to pay me. Money on my mind, don't care about the payment. Rolling forward, perking, high in the spaceship. Some on my tongue, I'm about to let me say it. Let me wrap this up and then really talking bitch. So we fuck the game up. Taking no fish. So if you average fly like a G4's well, homie, I'm a fucking miss. So you know my game official. Going next to girl, man, she like to blow my whistle. I'm not Kirkle, but keep it banging like a pistol. Shit where I want, like I don't need a litter. Travel so much, like I don't need a drip.
I can't fucking deny that I stay fly. From my crib till I die.
That's why y'all some fucking haters.
I can't fucking deny that I stay fly. From my crib till I die.
That's why y'all some bitch ass haters.
I know you see me quaking move, walking on them haters. Riding high, so inflated, always deep-baited, quadruple X-rated. Touching on the super, I keep them E-bladed, celebrated. Yeah, I know you like that. I make a boomerang, she bring it right back. Ladies love me, girls adore me, even the ones who ignored me. Like the rap grab the mic, better making the throat. The Cadillac Eldor at the go. The throttle on cruise, the bass like I'm Uber J on the island where the sand is blue. Smoke making scenes with the grooms, me. Cash room doing things for you and me. Stay paid, self-made, gotta keep it elite. RMK, nigga, let's eat. Oh man, we got it made. The mission don't stop. The message won't fade. Baby girl, feed me love. Under the shade, can't deny, I stay fly. Gotta keep it A-grade. Yeah.
I can't fucking deny that I stay fly till the end of fucking time.
That's why y'all some bitch ass haters.
Yeah. We're back. End of the show. 9 minutes left in the show. Last segment. We're getting to it. I think I'm going to cover that on the show next week, Kelly. Yeah, or not next week, but tomorrow. I think I'm really going to cover that on tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show, by the way, at 10 o'clock in the morning. The doc don't got to be to work till 1, so we're going to do the show at 10 a.m. 8 o'clock on the West Coast for all you West Coasters out there. But yeah, I think I want to, I had something planned for this segment, to be honest with you. Hold on. Let me finish. Say what I was saying before you finish. It is fucked up, though. Let's be real. But no, what I'm saying is that, like, I mean, I'm even going to talk about it right now in this last segment. I honestly want to wait until I get my Periscope up and back running again.
I don't even drink, dude. That's the craziest thing about it.
You don't have to justify to me. I know you're not drinking. So, if you guys are wondering what we're talking about, like, shit got real heated. Not with us. I mean, not between us. That is, I should say. So okay, so do you mind me telling them kind of a pinch of the backstory? Okay, so here's what happened is
How fucked up the system is.
right. Hold on, I want to get this Periscope up because I want our listeners on Periscope to hear this story because I think it's you have a legitimate kind of circumstance or situation going on here, and it's again I'm kind of taken back by it. I don't know. The Periscope isn't working. I'm not going to keep fighting with it right now. But so here's kind of the backstory. She got in trouble. She got a DUI like 2 years ago. She did the probation and all that stuff, but they forgot to put the breathalyzer or make her put the breathalyzer in her car. They never had her do it. So she went to go get her license, and they were like, "No, you can't get your license until you do the breathalyzer. You can, well, at least not the not the restricted license. You can't get your license unrestricted until you get the breathalyzer in the car." So she goes and gets a breathalyzer in the car, and hold on, it's working now, so I'm trying to fix it.
I'm just so stressed.
I bet it's got to be stressful when you go to start your car in the morning and you can't start your car.
I'm going to be late for work.
And exactly, and now you're potentially going to be late for work or even be late for work because of this. And this is the problem with it is that, okay, so sure, fine, fair enough. Let's give the world the real story. You got in trouble for a DUI. Who hasn't fucked up? I've never gotten a DUI, but have I fucked up? You bet your sweet ass I have. It's just I didn't make that one, or I didn't do that one. But so what I'm saying is don't judge when I tell you the story. Here's the thing. She got a DUI. She was drinking and driving, and she knows she wasn't supposed to be. So she did her probation. She all that good shit. And she goes to pick up her license, and they go, "Hey, you can't have your license until you get this breathalyzer in your car." She gets it put in. Now, I went drinking the night before. The first time we realized there was a problem, I went drinking the night before, and then she asked me to drive at like noon the next day. I didn't even have a drink after 9 o'clock the night before. First off, she asked me to drive the car at like noon the next day, and we set it off and got it locked out, and we had to go and talk to the people and stuff like that because it was my fault. So then we were going to get a tire changed one time, and it's like in the middle of the day. Nobody's been drinking, not even me, not her, nobody, and I mean, so like the car couldn't even pick me up drinking in it. You know what I mean? Because nobody had been drinking. And there was a new incense thing in the rearview mirror hanging, and it set it off. And twice, and it locked us out, and we were stuck at the damn tire change place forever. It was
there for 2 hours.
like 2 hours. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So then my cousin goes to work, and today, right now, she goes to go to work. She goes out there, goes to start the car, locks her up for 5 minutes. Okay. Now, she hasn't had anything to drink. Not today, not yesterday, I don't know when the last time she had anything to drink, but it's been a minute. It's damn. So she hasn't had a drink since September. Not one drink. Oh, yeah. You gave me a piggyback ride and you fell and busted your knee. Kelly was like literally a half of me, and she tried to give me a piggyback ride. This is my cousin, by the way, who's always in the studio with us and sometimes on the show. But anyway, she she tried to give me a piggyback ride when we were drinking. We were running through the street in the rain, and she bit dust, and I choked her out trying to save her from hitting the ground. It was actually pretty funny. But that was the last time she drank, was Labor Day weekend. I remember now. So she hasn't had a drink since Labor Day weekend. She goes out to the car now. This is no, or excuse me, this is fucking December 1st, and she goes out to the car and it locks her out for 5 minutes. She does the steps to get it, going again, and the breathalyzer locks her out for now an hour or a half hour. And I'm sitting back going like, this woman hasn't drinking for months. What the fuck are you picking up? It's not mouthwash. It's not toothpaste. It's nothing like that. It's she this machine. But again, I can argue that you do that every day. So that doesn't explain it.
I do the same stuff every day.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so that doesn't explain it. I don't know. I mean, and this is the thing. This is why I want to get into this probably a little bit more because we only got a few minutes left in the show. So I definitely want to get into this a little bit more tomorrow. But with only a couple minutes left in the show, we don't have a lot of time to discuss this. But I mean, come on. At what point? So you're going to make her go to court. You're going to make her pay $75 fine every time this thing gets locked out, but she's legitimately not drinking. And I think I think it's something that should be fought in court because this is just another atrocity to the system. Okay, fine. You put a system in place to stop drunk drivers from being idiots. You put a system in place to stop drunk drivers from fucking killing people. Great. But what about where's that fine line where your machine is faulty and there's not a drunk driver around? My thing is that you can't. I would rather you take somebody's license for a certain amount of time and not let them drive at all, period, than to restrict them with a breathalyzer if it's not honest. And what I mean by that is that like it's kind of like the old legal system before DNA was I didn't have to prove that you killed anybody. I just had to make it look like you did. Well, no, now there's my DNA's nowhere at the scene, so you good luck proving I'm fucking there. You idiot or whatever. And so this breathalyzer is a lot like DNA. It's like okay, so or it's a lot like lacking DNA. It's like you can blow in here, and because you had a breath mint, we now think that you've been drinking fucking Rumple mints, and so now we're not gonna let you start the car. That's bullshit. I need you. Alcohol in my system needs to be legitimately proven. I mean, you need to be able to legitimately prove that I have liquor in my system. Otherwise, how the fuck can you lock me out of my own car? That's incredible. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's insane. This is something. This is a fight worth having. This is a fight worth the veins popping out the side of your neck having. Because I mean, think about it. You have no substantial evidence that I've been drinking, but you just locked me out of my car. And now I'm going to be late to work. You're going to cost me my job. Then I won't be able to afford to pay your little fucking fine every fucking month that I got to pay. So then you're going to take my car and lock it out. Or you're going to make it so I can't drive my car or whatever the fuck it is you're going to do to me to make my life completely fucking miserable because you got a machine that doesn't work. And I've seen this firsthand. Like I said, we went to a tire shop and the car started. We drove to the tire shop. When we got to the tire shop, we had to pull it around to the bay, and the car locks it out and says she's drinking. I'm like, how the fuck is she drinking? You let her drive the car already. She's been sitting right here next to the car drinking water the entire time. How the fuck was she drinking? So this is something a battle that my cousin continues to fight, and I continue to fight with her because I'm scared as shit to drive her car. I don't like to drive her car because of the breathalyzer, even when I haven't been drinking. And I'll wait a day. I'll wait 20 for one beer. I'll wait 24 hours before I'll step foot behind that fucking wheel because I don't want it to screw her over on an account of me trying to drive the goddamn car. So you have made her life inconvenienced. You're inconveniencing my life, which I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong to violate the driving laws of the state of Florida. Yet my life is completely inconvenienced by it as well. And again, she's already completed the probation, and you now are requiring this because you fucked up and forgot. This is a 2-year-old case. You fucked up and forgot. And because you fucked up and forgot, now I have to pay the price as the individual. I think that if you slip through the cracks in the legal system, then eat a dick. Eat a big fat juicy dick. I slipped through the system. It's your fucking fault. Do your job better. Wake the fuck up. Stop putting the blame of you fucking your job up back on me. If you forgot to put me on the breathalyzer, fuck you, motherfucker. Obviously, I haven't gotten another DUI during this time because I've been, doing my thing and driving and getting around where I've had to get. So obviously, this DUI hasn't happened. I'm speaking, of course, in her shoes and saying, obviously, this DUI, no more DUIs have happened. Otherwise, I would have went back to jail, I would have gotten in trouble or something like that. So you're basically inconveniencing her life for no reason. We're going to cover this and more on tomorrow's show. For all you listening to us out there on Periscope, we love you to death. Thank you, of course, for following on Periscope. Continue to follow us on everything else that we do as well. But like I said, I'm thrown back by this because I'm sitting back and I'm going just like, how the hell can you continue to do this to people? How can you continue to make people's lives completely and utterly miserable simply because you're kind of a dick? You know, I don't get it. If you get it, please let me know what it is that I'm missing because I'm missing the boat here on something. We'll be back tomorrow again. 10 a.m. tomorrow is, I think, where we're going to go. So definitely, I want you to join us here at 10 a.m. tomorrow if you can. Be happy to have you on the show. And of course, as always, um, you've been listening to the Doc on High Tide. So check out this new track here. We played it last week a little bit. It's called BAD for Life by Blair. Or excuse me, it's from Blair's album Bad for Life called All That just a year ago, right here on High Tide Stage. High Tide Stick is a Trezona LLC production. Please enjoy the post-show music and join us tomorrow on High Tide Stick with the Doc, live Monday through Friday.
Yeah. It's like one of them. One of them joints you put on the freeway, baby. When I step in the store, I need all that. Showing love in the club, I need all that. Like King and it girl, I need all that. She say she gon' give me some, I need all that. Just a year ago, I was a young broke nigga. Now I got a little cash and my fame got bigger. When I step in the spot, it's all love. Nigga, daps a hug, haters mean mug, shoulder shrug. I don't give a fuck. Just last week, I had stepped in the store, told my guy, give me them, and give me a few of those. Got a call from my coke thing, call her coke thing. She said she gon' give me some, but knows I want the whole thing. I've been in the game so long, I guess I am a player. And I'm showing love in each and every single location. She asked me, Blair, can I get that new diamond bracelet? If she's not giving no head, my answer's on her brain. My girl's white, but fucks a black dude. She's a racist. Full of Chinese by how much the way that she is blazing. Fuck what you heard, man, it's BAD forever. Make it rain on her, now call that feeling under the weather. When I step in the store, I need all that. Showing love in the club, I need all that. Like King and that girl, I need all that. She say she gon' give me some, I need all that. When I step in the store, I need all that. Showing love in the club, I need all that. Like King and that girl, I need all that. She say she gon' give me some, I need all that. Just a year ago, I guess my name got bigger, and I got some more cash, and my chain got bigger. When I step in the spot, it's all up. Like, hey, what up? Boy, you putting on for the city, man. That's what's up. Just last week, I met this girl with a fatty. She said she got a man, but her man mad Aggie. I sent her home, knees and elbows, all ashy. Her man don't want them to split up like Scooby and Shaggy. Yeah, I'm the one that she's smiling at. And I might just put 24s on my Pontiac. Just so niggas be like, man, what type of shit is that? It's like I got my hands on titties, boy, I'm touching racks. Got my earrings on, denim jeans, BAD hat. Went to the store, copped everything, believe that. Fuck what you heard, man, it's BAD forever. Make it rain on them, now call that feeling under the weather. When I step in the store, I need all that. Showing love in the club, I need all that. Like King and that girl, I need all that. She say she gon' give me some, I need all that. When I step in the store, I need all that. Showing love in the club, I need all that. Like King and that girl, I need all that. She say she gon' give me some, I need all that. It's a year ago, I was a young broke nigga. Now I got a little cash and my thing got bigger. Just a year ago, I guess my name got bigger. I'ma spit like four real quick. Here I go. This nigga can't stunt like he got it all. I just seen the lifestyle, so I thought I'd get involved. And she probably mad because I always say I'ma call back. I ain't fucking with you until you giving up all that. For real. When I step in the store, I need all that. Showing love in the club, I need all that. Like King and that girl, I need all that. She say she gon' give me some, I need all that. When I step in the store, I need all that. Showing love in the club, I need all that. like a king in the curve. I need all that. She say she gon' give me some. I need all that.
Just a year ago, I was a young broke nigga. Now I got a little cash in my fame.
I need all that.
Just a year ago, I guess my name got bigger and I got some more cash.
I need all that.